we continue our music celebration with Fete de la Musique, a yearly music event that aims to expose the local community to various forms of musical expression and, of course, at the same time, promote Filipino music. Now, this year, the celebration will once again be in the beautiful island of Siargao. Joining us now here in the studio is Kara Rosas. She is the co-founder of Fete, organizer, Lokal Lab. Good morning to you, Kara. Thanks so much for being here. Love the look, love the tan. Is that what happens when we all, live in Siargao? But tell us a little bit more about this Fete de la Musique. In English, it actually means World Music Day, happening already next Wednesday.
Yeah, I guess when we started the event about 4 years ago, it was really our way to introduce culture and music into the sleepy town of Burgos, which is like an hour away from General Luna, the tourism area in Siargao. And what we wanted was to be able to really gather the community together to just really celebrate culture and music, and just that whole community aspect. You see the intergenerational, from children to grandparents, all just out in the streets by the beach, partying and enjoying life and music. And I guess that one was just really amazing to see. And
well, it sounds like a wonderful event. This is actually the third time, tama ba?
The fourth time.
The fourth time. And I understand that this year is even bigger, better, 3 stages.
Yeah, so we added 1 stage, so now there's 3 stages.
Okay.
There's a beach stage, there's a boat stage. I mean, just like that island hopping vibe, having DJs playing the stage, and like a main stage. And there's 20 acts, and all from Mindanao and the Visayas region. And what we wanted to do was also showcase Siargao as that cultural melting pot of Mindanao. It's the entry point there, and just showing the tourism industry what Mindanao culture is like, and also the locals, and exposing them to various types of music.
That's right, and it's free. I mean, that's the best thing about it, right?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
I guess it's kind of similar what they do in France. Like,
okay,
when they just take everyone out on the streets and just celebrate the music. And we wanted to showcase that in the Philippines and also show that to islands.
And you have that, and you also have concessionaires, food, everything, trying to, as you said, like one of the best things about Siargao is really its community and how it's actually come together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so even like with the vendors that we're having, we're kind of trying to steer them towards like a zero waste festival.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Hopefully showing that event could be possible in the island, like showing single use. We're having water refill stations, compostable cups, and we're going to bring that back to our composting site of the NGO, and really just like kind of regenerating the land through culture and music also, and how that could be incorporated.
I mean, you've also led an interesting life. I mean, having grown up here in Manila, going to Siargao because of your love for NGO, and then never left. You're just loving. Tell me a little bit about what you do in the Local Lab.
Yeah, I guess like why I moved to the island was because I wanted something really more on the grassroots level.
Mm-hmm.
Like to be able to interact with the community and hear their stories firsthand.
Yeah.
And eventually I just found people who had the same passion as me and the vision of wanting to showcase Siargao as that model self-sustainable island, and then being able to interact with the community and really just witnessing their potential and how you could empower them.
Where is Siargao at now? I mean, it was devastated. I mean, it was all over the news and people were sending donations. Where are we now in terms of its, trying to get back on its feet?
I guess like when tourists come there, they don't even suspect that there was a typhoon. And contrary to other islands that faced the typhoon also, that took a while to recover, in Siargao, I think it was really the community and that bayanihan spirit that brought it back together. Tourists who visited the island once were fundraising for us from all over the world. Like, it's just so interesting to see everyone come together. And I guess that's what also makes Siargao beautiful. Like, more than the islands that we have, it's the people and the places that make it really amazing.
That's right. And now that, of course, we've been hearing about this sustainable tourism, as tourists, make their way back to the island, what are the tips of how we can be a more responsible tourist as we go visit Siargao?
I think more than anything, it's like supporting the local community, ensuring that the locals are just as much involved in the progress of tourism and development, that when you support the local community, you're also ensuring that the tourists or the island is well kept. Because tourism is a double-edged sword,
Right.
Like, you have to make sure that it progresses, but progresses with nature and the community in mind.
I love it. Okay, it's happening already. Do invite everybody. As I panic here, how am I going to get my plane tickets? Where am I going to stay to enjoy this wonderful music fest? Do invite everybody.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much. I really hope to see you there in Fete de la Musique, our cultural event.
Okay, so that's on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, June 21, from 12 noon to 12 midnight.
Well, and then, we can stay. There's still available resorts or hotels for us to come.
Yeah, and there's so many flights now going to Siargao, so it's really amazing that everyone could be able to come to this event.
Okay, definitely not to miss. We have to go to Siargao and enjoy this as it is happening on Wednesday. Thank you so much, Kara, for joining us and sharing this wonderful news to everybody here in Manila. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank